Good evening, everybody. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner. How are you guys this evening? I'm going to go ahead and invite some people. Let's see. I want to thank anybody who wants to stop by. If you're stopping by, let me know who you are because I never know who I'm going to get. Okay. And there's one other person. Well, okay. Hang on just a second, folks. I'm trying to invite some people. First of all, I wanted to say to you people as I'm trying to do this that either tomorrow or Tuesday, one or the other, I will be traveling to Lincoln, Illinois, and I will be videotaping their experience hub. That's what they call them. You remember that great big experience hub that I found in Bloomington and the other one I found in Springfield? Well, there's another one in Lincoln, Illinois. I'm going to go ahead and videotape it. And I just wanted to let you know about that. So, anyway. Okay, that's 3 invitations. I'm going to send out one more, and then we'll go ahead and get started. You say, why would I run a live stream tonight when I'm going to Lincoln tomorrow? Well, there is a very good reason for this, and it's because of a response to one of my videos, and I'll explain that in just a second. Go away. Okay, that's better. Oh, before I go any further with this, B Wolf the Wolf contacted me tonight. Not tonight, but it was earlier today, and he wanted to wish me a happy 10-year anniversary on YouTube. Thank you very much. And let me go ahead and see who's all in here tonight. Oh, stop that. There we go. Okay, I did find out that the blinking I'm seeing right now is not actually going on the video itself. It's just my computer blinking. So it's not affecting you at all. It's just affecting me, and that's it, which is cool. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to know that. So, well, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to see if I can contact B Wolf the Wolf. I told him earlier today that I was going to invite him to my live stream. There. That's kind of unfair because he knew I was going to do a live stream probably tonight, but I don't think he knew I was going to start it right this very moment. So I went ahead and I invited him as well. So he may be joining us, and that's just great. But anyway, let's go down here. Oh, stop it. First of all, there was a YouTuber known as May Contain Bleach, and he said that he was on my YouTube channel watching one of my videos. Hey, I'm glad you were. I'd like to know more about you, and hopefully you'll watch some more of my videos. Okay, so you say, well, what is all of this all about? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what all of this is all about. Okay, so what is this all about? Well, this is about a guy. Well, I kind of have to go back a little bit because you'll never understand this unless I go through this step by step. First of all, I made a video response. Let me get this down just a little bit further so you can see me. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Because I'm really looking forward to this. Okay. What was going on here was that I made a video response to one Rachel Stevens. Now, if you don't know who Rachel Stevens is, she runs a channel called Crack Your Bible. That's what she does. Okay, and I made a video response to her. And then a guy by the name, and I hope I've pronounced this correctly, and he can correct me if he wants to. So far, he hasn't, but he may do this the next time. But a guy by the name of Vern Spikler decided to reply back to me on what I said to Rachel Stevens. Okay. And it wasn't a very pleasant response. That's why I made my response to Vern Spikler. And let me see if I can find that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go to the Creator Studio. There, that's better. Da 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 da. Ah, we have another contestant in here. Boink the Clown is going to be joining us. Ah, there we go. Okay. So like I was saying, there was a gentleman by the name of Vern Spikler. He made a response to my Rachel Stevens video. And I then turned around and made a video response to him. And that is what you see now is my video response to him. Well, he didn't like this too much. So guess what he did? He wrote a 2 very long paragraph total. Wait till you hear what he wrote back to me. And this is going to be my response to him. Okay, so I got to get this on here. All right, I'm going to close this out. Ah, there we go. So this whole, and I hate to say it, but this is going to be a brief live stream tonight. That's because I'm going to do a much longer one either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm not really sure which one it'll be. I have some things coming up and I need to take care of them. So the next one I do, it may not be a long one either, but I'm going to try to do something. And then either Friday or Sunday of next week, I will probably do yet another one. So these are not going to be very long live streams, but we're going to go ahead and do them. All right. So this video response is going to go out to Vern Spikler. And if once again I have mispronounced your name, you are more than welcome to correct me. I don't blame you for that. But this is because you made a video response to me. Well, no, you didn't make a video response. Okay. Let's try that again. This video response is going to go out to Vern Spikler. And if I've mispronounced your name, I want to apologize in advance. And you are more than welcome to correct me. I totally understand that. When it comes to names, I'm not always the greatest at this. But anyway, I'm making this video response to you because you wrote a comment to me on a video that I did previously for Rachel Stevens. This is the second time I have responded to you. Okay. And I bet you're sitting there going, well, I didn't expect a second video response, but you're going to get one. And here's the reason why. I'm going to grade this. You are now in my classroom. Okay. And what you said is not the kind of thing you say to somebody who is a high academic. It's not. This is very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. I'm going to show you just how inappropriate this is. Okay. So you're going to get graded tonight. That's right. You're going to get graded. And for every mistake you've made, I'm going to put a check mark on my little board. All right. So what did you have to say that prompted me to make this second video response to you? Okay. It says, look to you, whoever you are. That's your first mistake right there. You know exactly who I am, because if you had not known who I was, you could not have been able to have responded to me. Now, if you're saying, hey, I don't know your personality or whatever, a true academic would check out whoever responded to him first before responding back to him. Okay? This is the same thing I did with Andrew Wyatt. This is the same thing I did with Dan Brown, not the author Dan Brown, but Pogobat. He runs this YouTube channel called Pogobat, and I thoroughly checked him out, as I did with Rachel Stevens. Okay, I made several responses to Rachel Stevens. These were comments I made on her channel before I actually made a full-blown video response to her. That is true. And you can go ahead and take a look through some of her videos. I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I made a video response to. Oh, if you want to have proof that I made comments to her before I made a video response, go and take a look at her Christmas video where she was talking about how bad the Christmas trees were. You'll find out I actually commented to her several times before I actually did a video response to her. Okay, let's move on. Look to you, whoever you are, and your followers. Okay, that's the second mistake right there. Mistake number 2. By the way, I'm doing a live stream right now, and you can go ahead and check out my latest live stream as you're watching this for further information, because I got further stuff, and I'm not going to cover it all in this one video. Okay, so if you want to check out the further stuff, you are more than welcome. Okay. Let's do this again. Look to you, whoever you are, and your followers. They are subscribers. They are students and subscribers. That's your error right there. That's your second mistake. They are students and subscribers. They are not my followers, okay? This is not the game Lemmings where I lead them and jump them off a cliff. That just doesn't happen, okay? So I don't know where you get this followers. Maybe you're used to Instagram. Maybe you're used to Facebook. Here, they are subscribers and they are students. That's what they are. Okay, so don't ever say that again. That is a truly ignorant statement. Okay, but let's go on here. Look to you, whoever you are, and your followers that are apparently anti-Rachel Stevens. You do not have a single shred of proof that we are all anti-Rachel Stevens. You have no proof of this. So that's check mark number 3. No proof. Okay? And until you can back up that statement, don't ever say that again. Okay? That's what a true academic does. He says what he can back up. Okay? I never said I was anti-Rachel Stevens. None of my students have ever said that to me, and none of my subscribers have ever said that to me. So don't say that. Okay? All right, let's go back from the beginning again. Look to you, whoever you are, and your followers that are apparently anti-Rachel Stevens, which this actually leads to a fourth mistake. Because do you see any of my students or my subscribers in this lab? No, you don't. Because this is a one-man show. I run the show. Now, they do talk to me. They do advise me. They do ask me questions, that kind of thing. But ultimately, what I put on the air is strictly my material and mine alone. Okay? There is no staff here. So that's yet another mistake you've made. This is my show. Not all of our show, mine. Okay. Yes, I do listen to their counsel. I do listen to their advice. I do listen to their questions. But in the end, this is my show. Okay, so that's another mistake. So let's go back to the beginning. Look to you, whoever you are, and your followers that are apparently anti-Rachel Stevens. Why don't you contact her directly, privately, and discuss your problems with her? Okay, this is mistake number 5 and 6. 1, I just told you, I've already made several comments to her before I ever made a video response to her. 2, she made her response publicly. All her videos are public. Okay, this is not like we're in some private conference room where she's talking to a couple of people and I can advise her privately. She has gone off into international internet and said what was on her mind. So I did the same thing to her as she did to all of us. So that's another mistake on your part. Okay. All right. And besides, the Bible never covered the internet. So try again. All right. So let's read this from the top. Look to you, whoever you are, and your followers that are apparently anti-Rachel Stevens. Why don't you contact her directly, privately, and discuss your problems with her instead of contacting me? Well, here's another mistake you made. I didn't immediately contact you. I immediately contacted her. You're the one that seems to be the groupie here. You contacted me, which prompted me to contact you. Get it? If you had not contacted me in the first place, I would have never talked to you in the first place. So that's another mistake on your part. Okay. This was more than a month ago, and I never heard of you before. Well, that's not true because 1, and this is yet another, we're going to put another check mark here. That's not true either because I actually, when you commented to me, which means that you then knew who I was, because you watched my response to Rachel Stevens, so now you knew who I was. Well then, why didn't you learn more about me? Why didn't you ask me good, relevant questions? That's what an academic does. Okay, I'm just trying to show you what a real academic does. This is hardly academic whatsoever. So if you're going to play academic, start being an academic. Okay? So yes, you did know who I was, or you would never have responded to me. Let's go over this again. This was more than a month ago, and I never heard of you before or after. What do you mean you never heard of me after? You responded to me, so that's yet another mistake. How do you respond to somebody you've never heard of since? Wrong. That's just totally wrong. Okay, let's go over it again. This was more than a month ago, and I never heard of you before or after and couldn't get back to you until someone linked to me. This is wrong. You know why? Because if you're a YouTuber, you have to have Gmail. Those responses are sent to Gmail. If I comment on a, if I leave you a response comment to something you said to me, that immediately goes into your Gmail. What, you don't know how YouTube works? Okay, and also the bell notification would have let you know that I directly responded to you. So that's false. Okay, now I'm sorry you don't know how YouTube works, but you need to start learning. And the best way to do that, I'm going to have a video link up here. Okay, and this is also going to answer when you said, look to you, whoever you are. You know exactly who I am because if you came to my main channel page, you watched the video entitled Navigating My YouTube Channel 2019, which thoroughly explained who I was and why I'm here. But you didn't check that out. Well, I'm going to show a link right up here. There's going to be a link right up here. It's called a hyperlink, but there's going to be a link right up here that's going to send you to Navigating My YouTube Channel 2019. Then you'll know exactly who I am. Okay. All right. You seem to be ridiculous or pretend to be some kind of an expert. I'm not pretending to be some kind of an expert. Okay? I never said I was an expert at anything except memory techniques, COBOL programming. I know semi-fluent Italian. I do know some Latin. I also know high-end mathematics all the way up to 2/3 of calculus. And I am a direct student of James Patrick Holding. And let me tell you something. I have actually read books just like this. How about you? Have you ever read a book like this before? I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt you can get through the vocabulary. So, that means that, once again, you've made yet another mistake. Yeah, I'm grading you. I'm grading your whole response here. All the stuff I've heard you say is nitpicky, like you're going to have to prove that YouTube and Google and say, no, where is that in the Bible? Okay, this is a statement that Rachel Stevens makes on every one of her videos. She's the one standing there saying that she's an expert. Okay, and oh, you're still there with me. Good. I'm glad you hear it. I'm glad. Like I said, I'm doing a live stream, so I wanted everybody to hear this. But anyway, Rachel Stevens is the one who's portraying herself as an expert. She is portraying herself as a Bible expert. When she makes that statement at the very beginning of every single one of her videos, number one, she is professing that somewhere in the Bible that's true, and it's not. Number two, she's also running the risk of defamation of character. If YouTube ever picks up on this, they could actually have her channel removed for such a erroneous statement. It's just totally erroneous. So again, I'm doing her a favor by telling her this. So don't tell me about being nitpicky. I'm actually doing her a favor by telling her this. So again, another check mark. Let's go on. All right. All the stuff that I've heard you say is nitpicky. Like, okay, we'll go that. What a bunch of baloney. It's not a bunch of baloney, as you have just heard. She never said that it was in the Bible. By portraying herself as a Bible expert, people are going to believe that that statement is in the Bible. So that's false. Okay? So, another check mark. It doesn't matter whether she formally declared that or not, but by declaring herself a Bible expert, she is actually making an inference to that. She is inferring that kind of theology is actually in the Bible, and it's just simply not. So, okay. All right. Any other stuff that you've been saying is just a bunch of your opinions? No, it is not a bunch of my opinions. I stated solid facts in every single thing that I said. Okay? Speaking in tongues is not babbling mindlessly. I don't even remember bringing up speaking in tongues in my video. And if you want to show me a specific reference to that, that'd be fine. And I could specifically tell you what I was saying, because I think you've taken a bunch of stuff out of context. I thank God that I speak in tongues more than any of you. If you don't want to listen to her, don't. Okay, so that's the equivalent of saying, hey, if you don't like what she's saying, keep your mouth shut? No. This is YouTube debate here. Okay? If I don't like what she's saying, I'm going to say something. I'm not just going to be quietly shoved off in the shadows. Okay, what you're doing is the equivalent, okay, as far as I'm concerned, in my personal opinion, okay, we'll go with this. In my personal opinion, what you're doing is the equivalent of what those college kids were doing back in the 1930s in Germany when they were burning the books. That's the way you're acting right now is, to me, an equivalent of what they were doing when they were burning the books. So don't try that one with me. Okay. There's probably a reason why you only have 200 or 300 people listening to you. Here's your next check mark. 200 to 300. Try 1,657. Oops. Didn't do your homework. Okay. Please don't contact me again. I really don't want anything to do with this channel. Well, This is reverse psychology, and that now you're going to get yet another check mark. This is reverse psychology. The best way to get somebody to contact you is to flat out tell them don't contact you. That's actually backwards. Okay? The best way to deal with a situation is to debate point per point and then wait for them to calmly respond. You stand here and you write all of these in my opinion, almost vindictive statements to me, and then you tell me never to contact you again. Again, that's an inference. In my opinion, that is an inference to what the kids in Germany were doing, the college kids in Germany were doing to the burning of the books. Your opinion is right, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says. That is not academic, period. Okay? And I admit sometimes I struggle with that myself, but I've learned over the years. I've mellowed out over the years. And I hope you'll do the same. Okay? Oh, dang it. Okay, it says, I don't think you're a good teacher. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, but I have 1,657 people that disagree with you. So, another check mark to you. Although I will respect your opinion, I just have 1,657 other people that would say otherwise. I don't think what you have to say is good, and I'm running out of space here. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Oh, stop it. Hold on. I lost it. Okay. Okay, I don't think what you have to say is good, and I don't think you know what you're talking about. I was going to directly link you to Rachel Stevens, but I'm not computer savvy. Okay, well, first of all, here's another check mark to you. Guess what? When I uploaded this video response to Rachel Stevens, I actually went to her channel and I told her that I had actually done a video response to her. So she is well aware of what I've said. Okay. So let me take a look here. There's a little bit more to this, but it's not wanting to pull it up. Give me just a second here. I thought it would pull up the whole thing. It didn't. So give me a second here. Let's see. There it is. Okay. I was going to link you directly, Rachel Stevens, but I'm not computer savvy and I don't know how to do that. So I guess she'll just have to live without hearing your nonsense. Well, excuse me. She is hearing me. Okay. So Matthew 18, verses 15 through 17. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained a brother, but if he does not listen, take one or two others along. Okay, this has nothing to do with this. Okay. Okay. First of all, Rachel Stevens did nothing particularly to me that would be considered a sin. So this is a completely out of context scripture. She did not offend me particularly. All right. If she had offended me particularly, I would have stated that. I was stating some things that I don't think she should do in her videos. This has nothing to do with a sin committed directly against me. She never committed a sin directly against me. So again, you are taking a Bible scripture completely out of context. Another check mark. All right. All right. I think you would be better served to stick to trying to teach the Bible, which in my opinion, you're not very good at. You seem to be jealous of her more than anything. I am not in the slightest bit jealous of Rachel Stevens whatsoever, period. Okay, I am under the teachings of James Patrick Holdings, so I am not jealous of her at all. I have no true animosity to her, period. So again, another check mark. you are totally wrong. Okay? If you are interested in the expansion of God's kingdom, you would be trying to build her up so she can better help God's kingdom and not attempting to tear her down and do one-up, smash-up, pretending to be an expert. Okay. I am not trying to tear her down. I am trying to get her to not say things that are completely contradictory to the Bible. I am trying to get her to understand that when she makes a long, extensive prayer on a video, she is not serving the needs of the people that need her the most because they have limited data on their data plans. I'm trying to help her, not hurt her. But there were some things that she was saying that just is contradictory biblically. So again, you get another check mark. If you'd have listened as carefully as you say you have, you would have figured this out. But there's your next check mark. All right. Goodbye, and I will not answer any of your ridiculous people again. Well, you're not answering my ridiculous people, which again, that gets you yet another check mark. None of my people have come after you. Period. The only person who's responded to you is me. I'm the one who responded to you, not them. So saying that is just ignorant. That's a really ignorant statement. So you will be getting another video response to me. The next time you respond to me, and I'm pretty sure you will, because I'm going to use the same reverse psychology on you. You will probably respond to me because academically you don't want to be humiliated. This is, we're talking about a Roman Forum and an honor challenge. You have dropped a Roman Forum honor challenge on me, and I'm responding back. That is a far cry from tearing anybody down. The only thing I am going after is your non-academic statements. If you're going to deal with an academic, you have to be an academic. And I would have had far better responses if I'd have gotten a response like what I'm giving to you. So hopefully you're going to finally learn something here, and you're going to respond in a more academic manner. If you don't respond, then I automatically win. And I don't think you want that. Okay? Because this, and if you don't know what Roman forums and honor challenges are, I'm going to leave a hyperlink to that video right up here. You can go watch that for yourself. When you're playing academics, you have to be an academic. That's the final statement here. Okay? So, how many check marks have you gotten here? Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 20 check marks. So in my classroom, I give your whole argument, not you, your argument. Get this. It's the statements you're making that are academically wrong. I'm going to give them an F minus. Okay? Because I am trying to improve your academics. Get it? I'm hoping that if you ever run into another academic ever again, you will make far better presentations. Because what I've gotten out of this so far is that you're nothing more than a groupie to Rachel Stevens. Now, I may be wrong on this, and I'm willing to accept that. But that's how it appears to me. In my personal opinion, I'm seeing you as nothing more than a groupie to Rachel Stevens. And you are more than willing, you are more than welcome to contact her and tell her, hey, this guy made this response to me. And I would be more than happy to respond to her. Okay, so now that all of your presumptions have been squashed, maybe you'll make a far better academic response. And I'd like to hear what you have to say. I really do. I want to see if you will make a far better academic presentation. And maybe you've learned something from this. And I hope that my students have learned something from this. Okay, they've learned to be more articulate, be more observant, make better presentations, make better critiques. All right, so I hope you've learned something from this. I hope my students have learned something from this. They will make better presentations and they can see why I say what I'm saying. And if they want to ask me, they can go ahead and ask me, and I will take them through it step by step. I'm more than willing to do so. And if they disagree with me, they're more than welcome to tell me their disagreements, and I can work with them and I can show them why. All right. Well, I think I've said enough here. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and hopefully you learned something. All right, this is Ted the Speed Learner signing off. I will tell you more in a future presentation, so I want you to stay tuned. I hate making presentations like that. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. I really hope he does learn something from this. I know he hasn't seen it yet, but he will. And I'm very anxious to see how he'll respond. But until they're academically challenged, they're never going to make a true academic response. And that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking to improve his academic responses. I wasn't here to try to tear him down. I was trying to show him academic mistakes that he was making and why they would be considered academic mistakes. So anyway, hopefully hopefully maybe some of you guys learned some of this. You'd be like, okay, yes. Instead of saying, listen, whoever you are, you can say, listen, Mr. Speed Learner, we want this and this and this and this. That's fine. That's totally fine. Say maybe they could have said, hey, we don't know your whole character. I would say, well, why don't you watch 20 or 30 of my videos and you get the idea. Well, I'm glad that I'm actually glad that he responded, because then that made it possible for me to show you how to respond in a good academic way. Especially, see, the thing is, if he starts responding to other academics like this, they're going to be a lot nastier to him than I will. I want to help him improve his arguments. I don't want to destroy him. But some of these real academics, they'll turn him into cattle fodder. At least they'll turn every argument he has into cattle fodder, and they may not care about his personal feelings either. See what I mean? So, like I said, I'm trying to help him out. I don't know that he'll realize that right off the bat. If he really pays attention to what I'm telling him, it'll help him. Matter of fact, it'll probably do him some good, because he'll be able to function properly in a debate class, and then he'll have more successful debates, and he will be more academic. We'll find out. So, woo! I bet you guys didn't think I would do something like this, but sometimes when you get a response like that, you can't just ignore it. You have to deal with it. And that's what I'm doing here. I mean, I would hate for him to find 20 or 30 more people to respond to me in this type of manner. I want them all to grow from the experience, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. Do you guys have any questions about what I said? Do you understand? Do you comprehend? And that's just the thing. Learn the word comprehend, because sometimes you'll misuse the word understand in an academic circle. Now, I'm not talking about your friends here. We're not talking about that. We're talking about if you have a circle of true academics, if you misuse the word understand and you're really meaning comprehend, they're going to go after you on it. I won't. They will. See what I mean? And as you grow as academics, you'll begin to realize this. So I'm trying to help you out. I really actually am. So hopefully my academic presentation will give you the ability to deal with other academics, and you'll go a lot farther with them. You got to think about the grammar. You got to think about the punctuation. You got to really focus topic per topic per topic, and never say that their arguments are trivial. He was trying to trivialize the very points I was trying to get Rachel Stevens to understand, to comprehend, so she'd make better presentations. Because I think she could do a really good job, but it's up to her. Anyway, guys, have any thoughts on this? Was there anything you didn't comprehend? Anything at all? And I will say that even when I end the live stream tonight, think about the things I'm saying. Okay, good. Survival on Budget Made Easy. He feels glad about that. This guy is making me more popular. He also said that I did fine on this, and he also said he loved my closing statement. So I'm glad. I'm very glad. But like I said, even when the live stream's over, think about the things I'm saying. Put it through your head, and if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to listen and help you with this, because one of these days you may have to deal with a real academic, and if you do, you're probably going to need all these skills, and I'd love to give them to you. I'd love to say, hey, there they are. So I'm sorry that I don't have anything else for you tonight, but I really felt that this one needed to be responded to, and now you can kind of see why. Because if people get this idea that I'm just some flake without any true academics, well, that could be bad for my channel. So we needed to really set the record straight. And I hope I did. If you have any questions about any of the topics that, I told you, I do know my COBOL, I know my Latin, I know my Italian, I know memory techniques, speed reading, all this other stuff. If you have any questions about any of that, I'd love to hear from them. Even if it's nothing more than Common Core. If you have a Common Core questions, bring them over to me, and I'll answer them as best as I can. Because that's what I'm here to do. I really do care about my students, and I think you can see why. So, whew. I will get that video uploaded tonight, and I will see about how he responds to me. It'll take me a little bit of time to not only process the video, but also put up the cards. There was 2 cards I decided to put in the video, and I'll do that. So, woo! Now, the next time I do a live stream, I am hoping I'm going to try to do this Monday night. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm going to put it in the DVD, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the things that are in there that I'm sitting here going, okay, this is not really all that academic. And then I'll give you a full review of it and let you guys see what I was thinking as I was watching the film. Okay. That was kind of ironic. I went to a used disc place and I found it for less than $10. Like, yay. So I didn't spend a whole lot on it. I was like, whew, good. Because I'm really trying to save my money to make these Route 66 trips, and I don't want to spend a ton of money on a DVD like this. So, trying to think of anything else I'd want to say tonight. Whew. Well, first of all, before I go any further, Survival on a Budget Made Easy said he wanted to know how I originally found him and how I found others. There was a video from Daryl Eves. Have you ever heard of Daryl Eves before? and he was talking about the very first YouTube ad apocalypse. Okay. And I started going through the comments on that thing, and I was starting to talk to channels right and left. And I think through them, that's how I ended up stumbling onto you. And now, how I found Crazy Josh Cravey, boy, that's been a long time ago. How did I find you? There was some other people I was talking to at the time through YouTube, and I just happened to run into him, and we started talking to each other, and all of a sudden, here it goes. I think I did a video response to him once, and by doing so, we just kind of hooked up, and that was that. As for Boink the Clown, he was one of my very first subscribers, and I'm not exactly sure how we all got into this. I do remember that when Adam's Life got his partnership, I then got my partnership, and then I was able to raise Boink the Clown's ratings high enough where he qualified for a partnership. This all happened in 2011. So it may have been one of those things where Crazy Josh Cravey, I don't know, he found my video response wars or whatever it was. It may have been one of those things where that was because of Hemi Jeep 19. Hemi Jeep 19 had a contest called the Comment Wars. And when he ended his contest, I filled the void. There it was. But I made my contest a little bit harder. The main reason was that people were winning by just saying comment, 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 comment. Well, that's not even realistic. So I made it a little tougher. But it improved people. You see what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that it was through Daryl Eves that I ended up stumbling onto you. So, whew. Okay, it says, okay, yeah, remember that was going on. Still watching from time to time. Yeah. So, woo. Oh, for those of you who have played Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, if you've ever tried to go after the Megaton Hammer, you have to go up this winding staircase, and it is very easy to fall off of it. That is one of the reasons why I bought that little device. Remember that little device I reviewed last week? That's why I bought it. I'm going to try to see if I can go up that staircase. If not, I'm going to try to use Pharaoh's Wind to get to the Megaton Hammer. I'm hoping it'll work. If not, I'm not really sure how I'm going to get up there. So if you guys have any ideas, see, I don't have the kind of coordination that I used to have. When I was a kid, I had a lot of coordination. Not anymore. And this has affected my gameplay with Mega Man. If you play Mega Man X and you have to get the arm cannon, okay, that's tough. It really is. And if you don't know exactly how to do it, it's tough. I may present you guys with a code that'll bypass that. So that's coming. But if you guys can get over to the Megaton Hammer and you can somehow use Pharaoh's Wind to get to it, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. If you are able to go up the winding staircase with the arcade shark, let me know. So anyway, but I'm going to give it a try. We'll see what happens. Whew. So, what did you guys think of my live stream tonight? Thoughts? Anything? What would you like for me to cover on my next live stream outside of The Last Jedi? I will cover that, but anything else? Anything at all? And like I said, if you're watching this and it's not live anymore, you're more than welcome to leave comments down here. I'd love to hear from you. So, I will do another video response to you, Survival on a Budget Made Easy. Crazy Josh Cravey, if you have something for me to review, let me know. Point the Clown, if you have something for me to review, you know exactly where to turn it into on my Facebook page, my fan page. Remember that? I'd love to hear from you. And anybody else, Beowulf the Wolf, if you're out there, please just anyway. So, well, if I'm going to make this wonderful trip tomorrow, and I'm looking for, oh, thank you. Survival on Budget Made Easy says he's looking forward to it. So, yep. If I'm going to make this trip to Lincoln tomorrow, I probably should get off of here tonight, get this video processed up on the air, and see what this guy has to say. And now, when I go to Lincoln, I'm also going to go to Atlanta, Illinois, and see if their sign is finally up. If not, I may have to make a second trip to Atlanta at some point. We'll see. But one of the nice things is that with daylight savings time in place, it's sunshine till 7 o'clock. So it's going to give me plenty of time to get up there, find what I need, and come back home. So, well, I really hate to get off of here, but I know that you guys probably need to get to bed. I know that I need to get to bed because I need to get this trip done. So I want to thank you very much for watching this presentation. I hope I wasn't too harsh in this thing, because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to show you guys real academics, showing you guys. Yeah. I hope you have a safe trip. Well, thank you very much. I won't be able to hold the camera and drive at the same time, but once I do get into Lincoln, Illinois, I will videotape that whole park area. And when I go to Atlanta, I'm going to be going to a different place than I did the last time I went over there. And I will show you that area, even if the sign's not there. Even if the sign's not there, I'm going to show you that area and you can go see it. And hopefully, if any of you do manage to come to Illinois, I hope you go to these places, use my videos as a map, and go to these places and take a look. Because seeing it on video is one thing. To actually physically be there is quite another. I know. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in. I'm sorry that this had to be this kind of a live stream. Night Brother from Another Mother, thank you very much. And that's Survival on a Budget Made Easy saying that. All right, so I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.